Ooh, okay. So I have been essentially recording my building and constructing intro to expansion, and I don't know what the name of this thing is going to be, like the expansion program or whatever. Um, and I think I wanted to look down the barrel and give um, I guess share some thoughts and feelings about this process. Um, I have been today, excuse me, there's a lot of I have been today working on like logo stuff, fonts. I'm working on it now. Fonts. Um, and because I'm not a graphic designer or a visual artist, like that process has kind of come with some frustration. I'm just like, this doesn't really look good yet. And like not having a large lexicon or design vocabulary to know things to try to kind of bring what I hope is or what my vision, my felt vision is to like a physical, literal vision. And like just doing this has been like annoying enough that it's not in any way makes me want to quit, but it makes me want to like step away from the work kind of frustratedly a little bit. And like I think the message or what I would like to share, both primarily to myself, but then also to other creators, is don't get so caught up on the packaging, the visual stuff, the secondary stuff, because it's important, but it's still secondary. Like I am caught up a little less so, but I am necessarily like working on logo and font and branding elements, which are in so many cases the first thing that people see. But and I'm sure there are cases, but like branding and typography aren't usually where the transformation happens. That's not usually where the real service and the work happens. And I'm grateful that while I was doing and creating all this stuff, I like remembered that it's like the thing that I most want to give, the messages that I most want to share aren't contingent upon the logo and like the visual stuff being flawless, perfect, or this idealized version that I would like them to be. The biggest thing is creating I don't like good enough, but for the sake, a good enough container to deliver my essence. It's like I get the image of like you being someone who has fruits, like, and you like sell fruits, and like maybe it's like a farmer's market, and you're like, oh, I can carry the fruits to the market in this bag, but like then then they'll think that I don't care about my fruits, and so like I'm gonna use this bag instead. But it's like, well, that bag may be a little bit dirty, or like they might think it's dirty because of the type of bag that it is. So like, let me find another bag. And it's like, meanwhile, the people at the farmer's market and the people that are going to go to the farmer's market really need your fruits. Like they maybe they need some vitamin K, so or potassium, and maybe that's the same. So they need bananas, but you're like, oh, I gotta find the perfect banana bag, and not getting caught up on that process. So like, yes, of course it's important. Yes, it matters. And I think for me, I'm going to create like a version one element in typography or iconography, all of that stuff, knowing that I'm like a novice or an amateur at best because I'm just not a visual designer. But the focus is truly, truly, truly on what is in this. What in so like let's for argument's sake say that the typography is not gonna be papyrus. It's not gonna be Comic Sans. But it's not the absolute best. It's like the mid-grade option at best. I then in the language that I'm using to talk to the people that I most want to impact, knock it, nail it, hit my target, nail what I intend to, like over and over and over and over again. And then maybe at that point and just living with it and receiving feedback, it's just like, oh, like that type font is like super like distracting. It gets improved, but the thing that is the focus of this entire thing is the essence, the soul, the message, the I'm looking at all these things happening in society and like, hey babe, come back and focus here on like you and what you have to offer and contribute. Because like there are seeming giants and unwinnable battles around, but you haven't, up until this point, fought as yourself. So you can't even say how winnable a battle is because you don't even have your tools. Like, David didn't win with a sword and whatever other tools, a spear. Like, it was pebbles. It was something that he was used to. It was something that if he wasn't grounded and rooted in himself, he wouldn't have known is so effective. So it's like, you have to realize the thing that you default to that's maybe underdeveloped has immense value in a way that we need. And that is not totally communicable through a logo. That's not totally communicable through a banner. And like, who cares? Like, of course, it should be enough to like, oh, that's interesting. Like, let me see. But yeah, that's the whole thing. So it's just like, I am, and will continue to remind myself, especially while I'm splitting hairs over these fonts. Like, that's not the point. Like that's not the point. That's not most important. Especially whenever 4 out of 5 of these fonts look exactly the same. The other thing is that I was today working on this stuff and feeling a little nervous, a little bit anxious, a little bit timid might not be the word, but it's in that family that this thing feels big. It feels bigger than me. It feels beyond me. And not like the response, but like simply the concepts and carrying this thing. And so I'm going to say this like I'm talking to you, but I'm truly talking to me, but I'm also talking to us. Like, if you have an idea, if you were given something that has been alive in you, has grown bit by bit, you are absolutely the person to carry it and to bring it forth. Like, that bigness, that expansiveness that you feel is the area in which you can grow, the perceivable dimensions that you can start to occupy, to fill up. And so it feels nervous. It feels like, okay, maybe somebody else would be better for this. But like, if I, in the pursuit, became the person that could hold and carry this thing, it's not just that I now carry this thing, but like, I became a person that did or that does. And so like, if you have something that you don't see anybody around you has or has thought up or is serving with, like, it's so important and so valuable to affirm for yourself, to just remember, like, I have this because I can cultivate this. And also be grateful and thankful that like this thing that I'm feeling I want to create has legs to it. It has some room to it. Like, I can grow and expand into this thing, and it's not limited by what I can currently perceive. It can be this thing that grows beyond what I can even see it right now. And like, there's excitement in that. There is, of course, necessary, or maybe not, but like nervousness that can be in that. But like, the ultimate gift is that like, here is your growth curriculum should you choose to accept it. So stay the course, stay with it. Like, if you, like me, have to step away for a little bit because like, woo, that feels like a lot. If you're like sidetracked by fonts and logos, let that stuff go for a few minutes. Remember what this is actually for. But if you have it, if it's in your possession, that is your slingshot. Like, nobody else knows what you can do with your slingshot but you. And it is so important with the giants, with the forces that it seems that we're up against, that this is my contribution, this is how I navigate this plane, this is how I navigate the dynamic changing tides of existence. And by being myself, I know that I have something that is useful and valuable to contribute. So regardless of if the thing gets delivered, if the thing gets to exist in the world beyond you, it is so super important. It's like, I can become this person. And the person that has this thing, regardless of if I give it to the world, and I do hope that you do, but the person that has this thing deserves to exist and has something very, very valuable to give. So that is my sermonette. I'm gonna go split. It's only 5, so I'm gonna split 5 hairs to figure out a type font that, or a typeface, a font for like V1. But like, yeah. Because Because like the thing is, like, what I want to do inside the logo and the font is like just be myself. So, like, that part is like, oh, I've been doing this for a while, but like it's just like the things that are valuable but can be distracting, and I just don't want you to move too slow or stop from giving what only you can give, because we need it, I want it, and the world will be all the better for having it. So this is expansion.